Hey guys, Tomato91 here, and yeah, definitely not what I thought I was going to be posting today, but still, hey, got some announcements and, a little bit more on updates. So, the most important of which today, in order to start off, I have started a second YouTube channel. It is linked down below. It's called Neox Sereki, obviously named after my persona, who is, the character model I use and all that different kind of stuff. So, the main idea behind this is that I have been streaming some things on Twitch. However, for those of you who don't know, Twitch deletes the VODs after 14 days, and unfortunately, my streaming schedule isn't exactly, the best. So I wanted to make sure that there would be place for all of those streaming VODs or game playthroughs or whatever I end up doing on there. Whether it's just chatting or hanging out or any games I play through on that, have a place in order to live. So that's what the Neox Sereki channel is for. I know it's a little bit weird for someone of, my subpar subscriber count in order to launch a second channel, but it's at least a little bit of an experiment, and we're going to see what ends up coming from it. Anyways, and so for your viewing pleasure, Deltarune Chapter 1 is there now. It's the entire playthrough. It's over 3 hours long, so be sure to get ready to sit down and get yourselves ready for it. So please go and give that channel some support. It really needs it. It just started today. And obviously, I'm going to be streaming Chapter 2 at some point as well when I have the actual time for it in my schedule. Might come later on today, might not. I'm still not entirely sure yet. We're going to see how my date plays out. But on top of that, I'm also working on a bunch of other projects. For instance, unfortunately, the one I was working on for Halloween, I missed the deadline, so I'm not going to be able in order to do that one. Or more so, I just no longer have the motivation in order to do it. So for now, it is on the shelf. I'll probably bring it back next year. But if it still fits or if I still like the idea, it really had a lot of in-production issues, specifically in the writing and the storyboarding, that didn't go too well, and it potentially needs way more rewrites and way more time in order to cook. My primary project I'm working on right now is still going smoothly. In fact, I'm going to be hopefully getting some shooting for that done starting next week. Hopefully we'll be able in order to see those videos in the start of 2022. And of course, I have the bigger project on top of that, besides the main project which I'm working on, which is its own secretive thing. I'm not really going to be talking too much about it. But I am going to be shooting behind-the-scenes footage for it when I'm working on it, and we will hopefully be seeing that project at the end of 2022 or the start of 2023. One of the two. Depends on how long it takes in order to piece it all together. There's a lot of moving parts from that with not a whole lot of deadlines or time limits, and essentially it's just something that we're eating away at slowly, but it is going to be great when it is done. And then, obviously, I'm still working on my reviews, and that's part of why I started streaming on Twitch. The idea being with these Twitch streams is that now I can take the time in order to play these games, stream them on Twitch, and then have a place where I just have my actual gameplay recordings to grab from and then use those in my reviews. So my reviews will serve as part review, part highlight reel of my experience for the games that I've been playing and such, and, just going over review topics and other things like that. So obviously, the one that I am planning to do next is Deltarune. However, we're also looking towards doing a bunch of other stuff with that as well. Essentially, whatever I'm able in order to stream and figure out through OBS in order to start streaming, then I'll be able in order to do. I'm still having some issues with OBS recording, gameplay from PC. I'm still not entirely sure how in order to get that one in order to work. If there's anybody who has any information about that or troubleshooting the bug that I'm having, please let me know in the description. I like to be able to talk with you and try to figure that one out. Essentially, whenever I try to do anything in full screen or even windowed, it just doesn't pick it up at all. But yeah, you can go ahead and check out the brand new channel. It uses my custom VRM model, so yeah, it's also a little bit of a VTuber thing too, which is what I use on Twitch when I'm actually playing games. The format you see it in is how it appears on the actual Twitch VOD, so because of that, yeah, it's not really edited down too much. There's still going to be some mistakes. There's incredibly shitty voice acting, so I apologize for that. But you know, it's nothing too personal or crazy or anything like that. But yeah, anyways, that's all of the major updates I wanted in order to do. Oh, and I'm also working on a brand new channel trailer as well, because the one that we have is years old and super out of date. Doesn't go over entirely everything that's going on, but yeah, that's going to be coming on down a little bit later on the line. Hopefully, either will be uploaded next week or the week after that. But yeah, thanks for taking the time in order to watch this video, guys. Sorry for throwing another update video at you, but, you know, we have in order to take the time in order to talk about this stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over. Until next time, this is DMan291, signing out.